Hi guys, and welcome back. And we made it, guys. Congrats to us. And I have to say, I quite enjoyed this torture contraption that was the mansion. It was fun to see them all kiki while getting hammered. A lot more entertaining than 5 episodes of Sean's boring ass questions that lead to nowhere interesting. So now let's head back to the pits of hell, aka the tell-all green room, where Sophie is confronting Loren. I guess because Loren and Alexia are leaving and they don't have to deal with going back to the mansion and hashing it out, like they do every night. It's kind of a lame argument to pick, but Loren irritates me enough that I don't mind this fight.
Would you like us to sit and you can say whatever you would like right now? Because I've got 5 minutes.
Loren's, well, let's just hash it out right now before I leave. Ask me whatever you want. Why didn't you ask me during during our segment? Which is true, valid point. I do get what Loren means.
There was nothing to ask because you guys don't show any of the bad side.
It's just that her segments were borderline comatose. I mean, all she showed was, that she went through plastic surgery.
I know, shh, calm down.
I mean, for that, I'll just watch Botched or something. And I'd honestly prefer that because that means I wouldn't have to watch this chick whine and screech in that annoying voice of hers. That I understand why no one had anything to say while it was their turn at the tell-all. So again, as much as I do think that this was a ridiculous fight to pick, Loren is a mean girl.
Are you not here? Did you not see us fighting? I kind of get it now.
I mean, she said some shit that really hit way below the belt and kind of very immature, what she said to Sophie.
Okay, catch your flight. It was good to meet you.
Lovely to
Get
meet
home
you.
safe.
Lovely to meet you.
So I know the city that Loren grew up in when I was in high school. I grew up in Boca. Thankfully, I did not go to school there. I was bused to another school. And thank God, because Boca is pretty much full of annoying, privileged mean girls like her. So then Thais enters the chat. And yeah, like I said last time, I think that Thais' gripe with Loren is a little bit silly because pillow talk is for roasting. So you really can't get offended.
Because you were like, she saw this, she's so dashes. Oh, I don't like her.
And what the hell happened here? I guess they made up at some point because a little bit a while ago they needed separate chairs. Now they're pretty much smushed together. Anyway, so Loren and Alexia exit and they bump into the raggedy ass swamp monster on the way out.
Let's go, we're gonna miss our
You're
plane.
doing something right. Now you're looking at my world.
And did you guys catch the news that Loren made a whole TikTok or Instagram, one of those, defending this garbage pile? I guess trash attracts trash, it seems. So I need to take a minute because my dog Mango wants to tell you to like and subscribe. All right, let's get back to the show. So the gang gets ready to go back to the mansion, but before they leave, they bump into the human poop bag. And I don't know if y'all caught Jazzy and Angela's moment.
What's the future for you guys?
Anger management.
So Bartbag here tells the gang that it's over between her and Michael, and that she's getting a lawyer, and that she's getting the marriage annulled, and that she's gonna keep her visa, because it's her visa, folks. It's hers. And Kobe steps in, and guys, everyone's gonna sound a little bit like Alvin and the Chipmunks, so I don't get copywritten.
This long time ago, you should have seen this.
He barely said anything to her, and there she goes, calling him names, disrespecting him. And at this point, I really felt bad for Jasmine because she breaks down, and I'm sure it's because of a lot of emotions of what she went through with her visa and Gino, and also what Michael's going through is really just depressing and sad to watch. I mean, there's only so much abuse you can witness.
I feel so bad for him. I don't know, when you come here and then you have a person telling you that it is your visa.
Her cup runneth over with tears. It was sad to see. So back to Scrotum Face, and she bumps into Ashley before she leaves, and she continues to rant and made some real racist-ass comment about Kobe.
Kobe has no reason to keep bringing that dominant to our country.
How is this a-hole going to be on Single Life with her equally a-holy daughter? TLC, you're really, really pushing us with this one. I mean, no one wants to see her again. She's a really bad look for your brand. So her garbageness continues, and yes, I think that Kobe was right. I think he was right. And letting Michael know that he needed to get his visa documents from her, and just standing up for him in general.
I've kept saying, give me my visa. That's your personal document. That's something I want you to understand.
And things are getting more heated with this Banshee, because she's losing it at this point. And interesting that the security guard came in to break the fight between Kobe and Angela, but they did nothing when Angela was attacking Michael. You know what I mean? Anyway, so the mess is over and they're finally back at the house. And I didn't understand why they didn't all just sleep at the mansion that night. Did they forget to book the Airbnb for an extra night? Like, they're all hanging out and drinking and then it's like, oh, time to go. Anyway, so at the house, Ed and Jasmine are talking about Ashley, about how she basically took 365 days to fill out Manuel's paperwork.
Could it be possible that she delayed this process on purpose?
I don't know. It could be her way of trying to control him. She obviously doesn't trust him. Was she trying to keep him on a tight leash? Because she wasn't really sure if he was there for the right reasons, you know? So Jasmine also spills the tea that Manuel's been messaging her privately and then asks Jasmine to delete the conversations. Like, what is all that about? I didn't really go into that, and I wish they would have delved into it more. So we cut to Gino talking to the group about how he's not banging Jasmine. And I don't know how many times Gino has to tell everyone that he doesn't want to sleep with someone that yells at him all the time. You know, he shouldn't have to repeat himself so many times. And at the same time, Jasmine tells us that he will find crap to pick on that has happened years ago and use it as an excuse to not have sex, which is very messed up, you know? Frankly, I believe everyone else does, this is not just about the arguing. There's something going on here with Gino that we haven't really delved into. So we cut back to the Ashley and Manuel saga, and Manuel's also heard about how Ashley doesn't ask him about his kids.
Nunca dice, oye, ¿has hablado con tus hijos ahora?
Pero ella te ayuda con la manutención porque...
But on the flip side, and I agree with Ashley on this one, that Manuel hasn't even introduced the kids to her. So he hasn't really opened the door. He's like one of those woodland gnomes, very mysterious and secretive about everything. So now let's cut back to the Gino and Jasmine saga again. And Egg is like, Jasmine, you need to be considerate of Gino's feelings.
What about my needs?
No,
I
stop.
haven't had sex in 8 months.
Yes, okay, but why?
And any other
Can I tell you
person
why?
who
Can I
has
tell you why?
cheated.
She doesn't have sex, she doesn't have attention, she doesn't have affection. She's not made to feel anything, you know, anything good. She's not made to feel cared for and loved. At the end of the day, both of them are in the wrong here. And then Egg says to Jasmine, you're not listening and you're being an Angela. Hey, Egghead, you're being a dumbass, as usual. Jasmine is not being an Angela, at least not right now.
So
No.
frustrated. You gotta
So
let her
is-
talk.
so is he.
This ass doesn't let me talk.
Listen to you.
And spiraling. She really starts to spiral. And the interesting thing about this is that as much as we have seen her lose her shit, his family is on her side. And I think that says a lot, especially with that family, because they all seem really close. And for them to pick Jasmine's side, you know, there's more that we haven't seen, it seems.
I just wanna talk.
Tell me, okay?
No, because I'm sick
Don't.
of that. You, and you.
Okay.
Ed, where was this energy when Michael was getting his ass handed to him by that awful gargoyle? So the girls go upstairs to comfort Jasmine, and she tells them that, you know, he has a month to win me back because she's had enough.
Give yourself a time limit for him to try to win you back.
He has 4 weeks, a month.
And I guess he missed the month mark because we all know what happened here, huh? Back to Gino and Jasmine, and she apologizes at him for yelling. They come up with an idea. If they spend less time together, then they won't argue as much.
If we limit the amount of time that we're together, we're gonna stop fighting.
And that's great and dandy and would work for a little bit, but y'all are married. Eventually, you're going to have to, you know, come together for longer periods of time. So it's time to say goodbye. Aw. At nighttime, like, how did they have so much time to hang out after shooting? I mean, New York to Jersey traffic can be a nightmare. And then they have to get to the airport. Like, where is all this time coming from? And honestly, I would have loved to have had more mansion drama than a half an hour of the nonsense I'm about to talk about. So according to Patrick, Ed and Liz were holding hands.
Next night, she's like holding hands with Ed, and then Ed tells me that Liz said that like Ed was better and better.
Liz, like, for one thing, you already have an immature but tall man waiting for you in San Diego that you allegedly love. And this dude literally left you by not telling you that he canceled the wedding. And you're snuggling with him and holding hands. By the way, I think that the whole Liz said that Ed is better in bed than Jason is a total lie. I mean, having to straddle an egg all the time with a cocktail sausage does not sound like a good time to me. If you and Jason were to ever break up, you know you'd be running back to him. So we end the goodbyes with Ashley and Manuel. And, Ashley does admit that she kind of messed up. And that's good. She's taking ownership.
It's not all Manuel. Maybe I could have taken a bit more accountability for where some of our hiccups are.
But it seems like it's maybe too late for that because, and this is what I got from Manuel's interview, he apparently is kind of done with it. He's over this relationship.
Por otra parte, es bien egoísta. Relativamente, no lo he dicho a ella, pero me gustaría irme.
So even though they've all exited the house, there's still an entire half an hour left of this nonsense and airtime to fill. And they tease us with the whole Michael escaping his captor story. But before we get to that, we have the blooper reel where Jasmine apparently takes a polygraph. I mean, they're really pulling all the ridiculous stops on this tell-all for sure.
Are you attracted to Gino?
Yes.
True.
Apparently she didn't cheat on him with Dane. And one of the other questions were, do you plan to leave Gino? And at this point, she was not. So she passed it. Now, cut to the Egg and Liz drama. So we find out that Egg still has the photo of the day that he proposed to Liz. And legend has it that one day when he was pissed at her, he left the photo at a Walgreens on the counter. And then the next day when he came to pick up his medication, the employee at the store returned the photo to him. And he's showing it to Liz, and she's looking at it, and she's welding up. And Egg's doing his manipulation tactic where he tries to reel Liz back in.
Can I keep it?
Yes. I know if I married you, I would have destroyed you. I just know that.
But this time, she didn't take the bait. She just took the photo. Why? I don't know. I hope she burned it. It just doesn't seem... I'm just not convinced that she's over him. It hasn't even been a year. And then Liz starts to make tacos for him. Yes, tacos. He didn't even tell you that the engagement is over. You had to hear it from your pastor guy. And then you're over here making him tacos. Thankfully, she stopped making him a taco.
Wow, he's not getting a taco. Let's go take a shot.
You forgot his taco.
But then I also don't know why they just left the tacos there. Like, aren't you going to eat them? Isn't someone else going to eat them? Don't waste the tacos. You don't waste tacos. You eat tacos. And cut to, I guess, more of Patrick and Egg talking about cuddling, about how Egg and Liz were cuddling. And I really wish that the cameras would have been up for this because I don't know what the extent of cuddling is with these two. But apparently it was enough to be brought up by Patrick. And Ed thinks that Liz would have slept with him, if he would have pulled his Rico Suave moves on her because he knows those work on Liz because he's a manipulative a-hole.
Jason saw where you guys are acting, they'd be done.
And who knows, maybe these manipulation tactics would have won her over. I mean, it won her over like 1,000,001 times. And let's fast forward to the credits because it's at the credits when they start talking about Michael and Angela. The most shocking story that came out of the tell-all gets like the 2 minutes at the end of the credits. Like, come on, guys.
It got to a point you just had to leave.
Again, TLC, we're really like the needy boyfriend or girlfriend here. You don't give us any love. But anyways, guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much. I'm actually thinking about not doing faceless YouTube. So stay tuned for that. Anywho, again, thank you for stopping by. I really, truly appreciate. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.